this video, we are going to be discussing the importance of partners, resources, and channels for your venture's business model. However, before discussing these three topics, we are going to be introduced to a social venture that will be used as an example throughout this video. The Acumen Fund is a nonprofit global venture fund that uses entrepreneurial approaches to solve the problems of poverty. Let's watch this clip about the Acumen Fund.
My name is Ganesh Pandey, and I've co-founded a company called HESE Power Systems.
Providing investments, not grants, is core to Acumen Fund's model. We want these companies to be financially sustainable, even when Acumen Fund isn't around. Since 2001, Acumen Fund has invested more than $50 million in over 50 companies. Each is an opportunity to change the game, improve millions of lives, and make sure the solution lasts. Are you ready to change the way the world tackles poverty?
Now that we have a better understanding of what the Acumen Fund is, let's delve into the concepts. Let's start off this video by discussing channels. Channels describe how a company communicates with and reaches its customer segments to deliver their value proposition. There are three types of channels: communication, distribution, and sales channels. Communication channels are how ventures and their customers communicate. Distribution channels are the channels through which products and services make it from the venture to the customer. And sales channels are how people buy the venture's products or services where they market it. Let's turn to the Acumen Fund for a real-life example of these channels. Acumen Fund communicates primarily through their website, online community, and blog for donor-side customers. They are also available through email, phone, mail, and physical offices, as well as through social media, such as Twitter and Facebook. The Acumen Fund's distribution channels are as such. The Acumen Fund collects donations through their website and distributes them to entrepreneurs by the Acumen Fund Global and Regional Fellows. The last channel is sales. For the Acumen Fund, their website is the primary channel for individual donors as well as entrepreneurs submitting business plans. However, they rely heavily on their partner network. Partners are donors who have given at least $10,000. Partners serve as marketing, sales, and outreach agents in various communities. They reach a broader audience and more personally than what the website can accomplish alone. Each channel is important, and all three comprise a company's interface with customers. Channels play an important role in the customer experience. When thinking of your venture's channels, it's important to ask questions, such as, through which channels do customer segments want to be reached? How are you going to reach them? How are your channels integrated? And which channels work best for your venture, and which ones are the most cost efficient? While all these questions are important, we are first going to focus on answering a very basic question. Why are channels important? Channels serve several functions, including raising awareness among customers about a company's products and services, helping customers evaluate a company's value proposition, allowing customers to purchase specific products and services, delivering a value proposition to a customer, and finally providing post-purchase customer support. Let's take a closer look at the different types of channels. Channels have 5 distinct phases. Each channel can cover some or all of these phases. We can distinguish between direct and indirect channels, as well as between owned channels and partner channels. Finding the right mix of channels to satisfy how customers want to be reached is crucial in bringing a value proposition to market. An organization can choose between reaching its customers through its own channels, through partner channels, or through a mix of both. You can own your own channels or you can utilize partners' channels. Direct channels may allow greater control, but indirect channels can have a broader reach and can draw on partner strengths. Let's now look at the 5 channel phases. Phase 1 is awareness. How do you raise awareness about your company's products and services? Phase 2 is the evaluation phase. How do you help customers evaluate your organization's value proposition? Phase 3 is purchase. How do you enable customers to purchase your products and services? Phase 4 is delivery. How do you deliver your value proposition to customers? And finally, Phase 5 is after sales. How do you provide customer support after the purchase is made? How do the 5 channel phases apply to the Acumen Fund? Acumen Fund raises awareness by utilizing their website, partners, and chapters. They also participate in conferences and other industry events, and they cross-market with ventures that they help to fund. In order to help customers evaluate their value proposition, the Acumen Fund uses their website to illustrate the unique blend of charity and market-based approaches that the Acumen Fund has created to best serve its customers. Partners and chapters also aim to help prospective donors evaluate the Acumen Fund's value proposition. The Acumen Fund website provides easy means for individuals to donate and for entrepreneurs to submit business plans for evaluation. The Acumen Fund Global and Regional Fellows deliver not only the funding, but also the training and support entrepreneurs need to be successful. Delivery for donors means relaying the results of what their donation has enabled the investees to accomplish, the economic benefit, the people affected, etc. Finally, the Acumen Fund provides online reports as well as personal contact at conferences and relevant events, informing customers of investments made, successes, expansion, and other developments. The annual investor gatherings for partners provides an in-depth progress report for the previous year. Now, let's switch gears and talk about a venture's key resources. Key resources describe the most important assets required to make a business model work. These resources can be physical, financial, intellectual, or human. Some examples of physical resources are buildings, vehicles, machines, and facilities. Financial resources may include cash, lines of credit, and loans. Intellectual resources are things such as partnerships, proprietary knowledge, and patents and copyrights. Lastly, we have human resources, which include knowledge, creativity, and skill sets. What are the Acumen Fund's key resources? Some of the Acumen Fund's physical resources are offices, internet connection and website, and phone lines. Acumen Fund's financial resources include cash from donors, as well as in-kind donations. The Acumen Fund designed a form of lending called patient capital that provides more flexibility than other forms of lending, while also giving donors a way to make an investment in international development rather than giving as a pure charity. This is one of their intellectual resources. Finally, the Acumen Fund's Global and Regional Fellows are some of their most notable human resources, as they provide the linkage between the company's mission and the actual execution. The Fellows are the face of the company to entrepreneurs, and they provide invaluable training and support for the Ventures funds. Acumen Fund's partners are also key resources, as they provide a substantial amount of funding while also promoting Acumen Fund's mission and objectives to other prospective donors, organizations, and the international development and social enterprise communities as a whole. The last topic we are going to discuss is key partners. Key partnerships describe the network of suppliers and partners that make the business model work. Companies forge partnerships for many reasons, and partnerships are becoming a cornerstone of many business models. Companies create alliances in order to optimize their business models, reduce risk, or acquire resources. There are 4 types of partnerships: strategic alliances between non-competitors, co-opetition, or strategic partnerships between competitors, joint ventures to develop new businesses, and finally, buyer-supplier relationships to assure reliable supplies. Let's take a closer look at the different types of partnerships. Let's first talk about strategic alliances. This is when companies who offer complementary products and services form partnerships to provide them together to customers. Cell phone manufacturers and cell phone network providers form strategic alliances so that cell service is immediately available to someone purchasing a phone. In co-opetition partnerships, competitors will often cooperate with each other in certain areas while competing in others. The standardization of the Blu-ray DVD format was the result of co-opetition among many companies in the electronics, computer, and media industries. The companies within each industry still compete on which products they offer, but all of them will be compatible with other Blu-ray products. Companies form joint ventures when their interests and skills align, and when they need each other's help to successfully begin a new venture. Several departments within a university may partner with each other to begin a new venture when each department offers unique skills and expertise which are needed for the success of the venture. Finally, we will look at buyer-supplier relationships. Companies purchase resources from outside suppliers when it is not practical or profitable to make them internally. Most companies purchase office supplies rather than manufacturing their own. It makes much more sense to simply purchase office supplies and focus on company activities on the areas that are central to and profitable for the business. When developing your business model, it's important to ask a few types of questions. Who are your venture's key partners? Which key resources are you acquiring from the partners? Which activities do partners perform? In this video, we have discussed many different aspects of a venture's business model. The various channels are important for ventures to consider when figuring out the best ways of communicating and interacting with customers. Key resources and key partners are essential for ventures to successfully deliver their value propositions. There is much for you to consider, but just think of these pieces as more building blocks to the business model puzzle.